Thank you for staying with us on the Journey's Prime Time. Now for the sports, I'm Gary Al Smith. We begin with the Ghana Football Association, whose executive council member, Randy Abbey, has reacted to talks that his outfit dissolved the technical setup of all the national teams because they wanted to get rid of former Black Stars coach Kwesi Appiah. According to him, that decision had nothing to do with the former coach. And with a new manager appointed in the person of former Black Stars skipper Siki Akono, Randy Abbey insists he ticks all the boxes for a new national team manager.
We zeroed in on the options, and then we looked through the options and all that. And it wasn't just about, yes, who the head coach is important, but also the architecture in terms of the head coach and who assists him based on whoever is picked, you know. And so eventually, I mean, majority thought that, look, let's go with Siki, you know, and then also engage him with respect to who will assist him and all that. And yes, there were about 4 or 5 options. And looking at the options and the discussions and all that, it centered on Siki.
The Ghana Premier League enters week 5 this weekend with 9 very good games. Ashanti Gold and Brecum Chelsea will be eager to maintain their unbeaten run as the two heavyweights clash in Obuasi. That's a big one. And here's a preview by my colleague Asari Bidiaku.
3 wins, 1 draw and no defeat. 6 goals scored and none conceded. Leaders Ashanti Gold will be eager to keep their unbeaten record as they play against Brecum Chelsea at the Lenkley Stadium. But the visitors, who are third on the table, will be hard nuts to crack as they are also unbeaten in 4 games. Elsewhere, Accra Hearts of Oak will be seeking their 2nd win of the season as they play as guests of Liberty Professionals. After back-to-back defeats, the Phobians bounced back, beating Ebusua Dwarfs on match day 3 before drawing goalless with Wafa in Sogakope in midweek. The Continental Club Masters have scored just 2 goals in 4 games this season, but head coach Edward Ni Odum is unperturbed.
Do medium pressing. When we had the ball, we must play. We should not rush. So if you could see, they were sending all the balls to the empty spaces because my boys were closing all the loopholes where they use. But I think it's a gradual process which will come week by week. We'll be doing a very good job, and then it will come. So far as we are creating the chances, when we start to score, it will flow.
Thank you so much.
In other week 5 games, Karela clashed with Ken Faisal. Interallies entertained Wafa in Accra. Elmina Sharks, fresh from their infamous 3-2 win over Interallies, welcomed Great Olympics to the Indum Stadium. Dreams FC lock horns with 2nd placed Medema in Deu. Bechem United and 11 Wonders go head-to-head at the Nana Fosuji Aboa Park. Asante Kotoko will play in an empty stadium after crowd violence during their week 3 encounter with Brecum Chelsea. They host Ebusua Dwarfs in Kumasi. Ediana Stars will be aiming to bounce back from their defeat against 11 Wonders when they clash with Legon Cities in Doma. The Ghana Premier League is back after an 18-month break, and former Hearts of Oak midfielder Larry Kingston is happy with the return of the domestic top flight.
It's good that we have our football back, you know, and you know, I was at the stadium, Accra Sports Stadium, watching Asante Kotoko and Legon City. Yeah, the atmosphere was amazing, you know. So the hashtag bring back the love. For me, I think it's working now. You know, you can see people trooping into the stadia across the country to watch their beloved teams, and it's good that we see our football back. You know, all we need to do is to make sure we improve our coaches. You know, because for me, I think it's very, very important to watch good football. When you are a spectator, you go to the stadium, you want to see good football. You want to see tactical discipline from teams. Yes, we have the players, we have the skills and everything. I always say that when you go on the streets of Ghana, you find good quality players, but the quality of how to guide them and then make sure they are in the right place at the right time.
In international football, Spain's World Cup winning captain Iker Casillas has been touted as a candidate to be the new president of the Spanish Football Federation. And here's another report to give us an idea of what this story means.
Iker Casillas has been recovering from a heart attack he suffered in a training session in May, and he's currently the liaison between first team squad and the board of directors at FC Porto. However, according to Spanish outlet El Partidazo de Cope, the 38-year-old is being lined up by the current La Liga president Javier Tebas. Former Real Madrid teammate David Agnazo is also pushing for Casillas to put himself forward. The next set of presidential elections is set to be in the second half of March. However, if Casillas chose to stand, it will effectively confirm his retirement from professional football, which he's yet to formally do so despite his heart attack. If unopposed, Luis Rubiales will be automatically re-elected for another 4 years at the helm. Casillas moved to Porto in 2015 from Real Madrid, where he came through the youth system to be one of the club's iconic players. The goalkeeper won 3 Champions League titles, 5 La Liga titles and 2 Copa del Rey crowns. He also led the Spanish national team to glory, winning 3 major tournaments in a row: Euro 2008, the 2010 World Cup and Euro 2012.
So let's look at the fixtures you should be looking out for this week. We've got Watford and Spurs. That will be a Saturday game. Arsenal, Sheffield United, Brighton, and Hove Albion, Aston Villa, Man City, Crystal Palace, Norwich, Bournemouth will be some of the fixtures to look forward to. Southampton, Wolves, West Ham, Everton, Newcastle, Chelsea. Then on Sunday, there's Burnley, Leicester City, and Liverpool versus Manchester United being the pick of the bunch for this weekend. For more, head over to myjoyonline.com, where we'll be having more on the build-up to the Ghana Premier League Week 5 fixtures, articles, and lots of content for you to enjoy in video and in text. I'm Gary Al Smith, and that's the sport for now.